Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Reynolds. We have Tyler Wright in the house, and we have a new guest, RC. What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? What's up, man?
Doing good. You know, we just heard breaking news of Tom Brady retiring today. So, you know, the whole sports world went crazy. Finally, after, you know, they said the reports were negative and that wasn't true, but, you know, we kind of seen the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it was a good timing from him. 'Cause I think he wanted to do it personally, then Adam Schefter coming out and breaking it. But, you know, everybody, you know, gave him his praise, his due respect. And I kind of want to just start off with talking about Tom Brady, 'cause I think he deserved, you know, the number one topic of the day since he played 22 seasons. You know, just the greatest quarterback of all time. I know Tyler probably over there laughing because I'm saying it's about him, but, you know, you can't deny greatness. I can't deny all the championships he won, even though I feel like
how did it feel to say that?
I mean, I feel the same way if I would say that about LeBron, you know, kind of disgusted, but, you know, no, I just like, no, I like Tom Brady a little bit more than LeBron, but, you know, seeing Tom all these years, man, it's gonna be different. You know, the NFL's in great shape, great hands right now, but it's never gonna be nothing like a fierce competitor like Tom Brady, because every time when you play against that man, you know you're in for a long game, especially for your team. If you're rooting against him, he just always like the magician. He pull the rabbit out the hat somehow, get his team to wield him and win the big game every chance, man, every time. And it kind of hurt me too, knowing that, you know, he beat us the same way after we beat him twice in the regular season. Then he coming to New Orleans. And, like, this how goated this man is. This dude gonna beat us in the Superdome, right? After the game, played catch with Drew Brees' kids, with his kids. No, being buddy. Then going back to the Bucks locker room and telling his teammates that, yeah, I got his tail. Like, oh, bro. You know, I had a salute on, like, bro, I can't be mad at, you know, that's
cold-blooded.
That's cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to respect it, because I'm going to compare it to, I was like, dang, I think you just won me over. Oh, man, but anything y'all want to bring up about Tom, you know, give him his flowers?
I would say this. Me being the oldest, I don't know how old you guys is, but I'm 40 years old, so I've seen Tom. I'm a Michigan fan, so I saw him play against Alabama as a young person. I was at the time. I didn't believe Tom was going to be a great NFL quarterback. I thought he was a game manager, and he was. And when he went to the National Football League, and he got drafted to the perfect situation, and Tom got in there and worked his behind off, and every year it was just like he just kept getting better. And he never looked like Drew Bledsoe, who was in front of him, and all the greats that were playing at the time. He never looked like them, but he just kept working it, because in the beginning, Tom was a game manager. And he went from being, it's kind of like watching, I compare it to Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's kind of like in his trophy case, he has a most valuable player and a most improved player. And so I don't know if Tom has a most improved player. I'm sure he did because he improved from 1 year to the next.
Yeah.
But that says a lot, man. Like, you went from being the worst to the best, to the very best. So to see him go out now is kind of surreal, man. It's like a lot of things going on in sports, end of era. So salute to him, and I hope, you know, that his wife knows what she's doing by letting him go back so early.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm going to have to scratch that itch.
Yeah. It just, you know, it's so real that, you know, his chapter is finally closing. Especially the way everything ended. You know, the Bucks came into the playoffs kind of limping, but you know, you can't deny his legacy, and I know a lot of people respect that. You know, Peyton and Phillip Rivers and Drew, and Aaron Rodgers, they all respect him. And I know I wish Gatwood was here, 'cause I know he would have some praise for him, some big time praise, because he been rooting for him for I don't know how long. So I can't really knock him for that, you know, going against my Saints in the playoffs. But like you said, who would bet against Tom Brady? And that's just kind of a player he was. Like, who gonna bet against Tom Brady? Yeah, I did. I actually won this time. But last year I lost some money. I won this time because, you know, I thought it wasn't Tom Brady's fault. It was his team. His team was hurt. Like, he was missing a lot. So I was like, it's no freaking way that he gonna overcome this, but he almost did. So it just the telling sign, like, dang, I shouldn't bet against Tom Brady, 'cause I was sweating for him. He had me sweating.
I think his last pass in the NFL was a touchdown pass, huh?
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey. I seen Jalen Ramsey tweet. He said, dang, Tom Brady last pass was on me. I know he feel honored. It's kind of weird, ain't that a cornerback feel honored that quarterback last pass was on him. I'll be honored. I say, yeah. I'll tell my kids, like, man, yeah, Tom Brady threw that last pass on me. There's nothing I can do.
Do y'all feel like, I mean, I guess it goes without saying, he's one of the greatest athletes ever. Are y'all putting him on that pedestal with Jordan? Or do y'all put him above Jordan?
I don't know how I can put anybody above Jordan.
Man, I don't know. It's hard to win a Super Bowl, man.
Like, we saying athlete, like, gifted, or are you talking about, like, best player, football player?
Just as in, like, greatness in their sport. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I don't. Nobody's better than MJ because, excuse me, because Tom Brady is 11 players on the field, so it's 11. There's 11 on 11. So there's a lot of plays that happened in his career. The Tuck rule, think about his 2 losses. They came to Eli Manning. So I'm thinking about those 2 losses, how he lost those games. You went into one of those games with probably one of the best teams to ever play, and you got beat by Eli Manning. But look at some of the games he won, some of the Super Bowls that he won, like that one with Seattle. And that was coaching. Or how about the one where Spygate, a week before you play the Rams, you have y'all recording everything they doing. So it's a lot about his career they won't talk about, but he's a great quarterback, but he's still not even the best football player. In my mind, rings don't make you the greatest football player. I think Jerry Rice is. I think Tom Brady kind of had some lucky breaks here and there. I can take 3 Super Bowls from him. I got 3 that I'll argue that, hey, man, those 3 were given to you. But not taking anything away from him, I just feel like, to me, him and LeBron, the longevity, the greatest attribute you can have is availability. And they have been there for their teams, and so therefore he outlasted everybody, and he has all the records and the numbers because of that. But to put him over Michael Jordan, you wouldn't put Moses over Jesus, would you? I mean, I wouldn't do it. That's ain't gonna do it.
That was a great analogy.
We literally saw that man glide through the air.
I'm kind of young. I didn't watch Mike. I watched Brady. I ain't watch Mike.
But when you watch Jordan play, I promise you can feel his presence through the TV. It was just a strong aura, bro. You can feel that mug. Like when you saw him, you're like, bro, that's heavy. So I imagine playing against him. I know they feel that pressure, with Jordan in front of them. That's how Jordan's presence was.
Well, Brady has that. Kobe has that. LeBron has that. Like, it's that's the dude, and that's what this era of quarterbacking. That's what, and Aaron Rodgers is the originator of what we're seeing with Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. That dude that you see, like, hey man, if they get the ball back, we losing. You just know you're gonna lose if he get the ball back. And with Michael Jordan, if he got it in the end, you losing.
Mm-hmm.
That will to just win. And I think what separates Mike from Brady is MJ he come out with expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody expected Brady to do anything. He had a chance to wait and sit and learn.
Yeah, and learn and grow.
He was the guy. Yeah. Them dudes came out expected to be great, and they did.
Mm-hmm. So hats off to Tom Brady on a well-deserved career. We wish nothing but the best for him. But we have a new up-and-coming young guy in Joe freaking Burrow. So
Joe Burr.
Joe Burr, you know what I'm saying? The Bengals, they outlasted the Chiefs 27-24 in OT. Man, this game was kind of up and down. It was kind of wild because it looked like sure-handedly the Chiefs going to just run away with this game. Like, at some point in the first half, I was getting kind of bored. No lie, I was like, this is going to be a track meet. It just felt like the Bengals couldn't get the offense going. The Chiefs could move the ball winningly. Then they scored on the first drive, the Chiefs. I think it was the Tyreek Hill. He scored the first
touchdown.
They scored.
Yeah, they scored on their first.
First drive.
Yeah, they scored. Yeah.
So it was just like, I was like, man. I don't know why I was shocked by it, but I knew in my heart that the Chiefs would come out firing all cylinders because they played against them in the regular seasons. The Bengals beat them then, so I knew the Chiefs was ready, and they've been on a roll lately. But when I just saw them march down the field on the first drive, I was like, they just took the air out of the balloon for me. I was just like, there's no way these boys can win, but sure enough, the Patrick Mahomes during the regular season, start showing them tendencies again. I don't know what this dude be doing. Like, he never did this, not to this level. To now, I never seen him just turn the ball over winningly like this.
Yeah,
so
it seems like he kind of relying a lot on his talent more than just good quarterback play, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. It was like he trying to do his impersonation of Russell Wilson. Like, yeah, I can do what Russell do.
Mm-hmm.
And Russell is different, a different kind of breed. That's a magician in the pocket. And I feel like he was trying to do too much. And in the second half, I don't know if it's more of the Bengals or more of the Chiefs play calling that kind of screwed them in the second half. I can't really say.
It's arrogance and play calling. And
yeah.
It's like the Bengals are the... What?
Oh, you can go ahead.
The Bengals, I compare them, and I said this earlier to a friend of mine about, I use it with Jimmy Garoppolo, but I'm going to say it with these guys as well. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. If it's close, they're going to cut you. Mm-hmm. If it's a shootout, it might get a little out of hand. Like, because we saw that with Josh Allen and him. He wants the shootout. That's what Mahomes wants. He wants the other quarterback. I want to prove to you that I'm the best. But when you're up 21-3, boredom sets in. We got this. And then Joe Burrow was like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
And they made the run. And that's the thing about the Chiefs. They were talking about a dynasty after a Super Bowl they shouldn't have won.
Mm.
So it's arrogant. It's like you're trying to. That's what made what Brady did so impressive. To get up every year to go out and try to win another Super Bowl. They won one, and they felt like we're just unstoppable. And you got to play all four quarters, and they weren't able to finish the deal, close the deal.
That's a good point. Boredom. I sure did look like they got bored. They were happy. And you know, Patrick Mahomes said, "Let me try this. Let me see what I can do if I run around and just sling it downfield." Like he was just like doing circus type crap. I don't know why. He had plenty of chances to throw the football away when he was being pressured, but he decided to try to keep the play line. Let me see, kind of make a highlight on ESPN. It was the weirdest thing ever. I'm like, why is he not throwing that away? Why he's taking a sack here? And it was, I don't know. Can I blame Andy Reid? But he should have sat Patrick Mahomes down and said, "Look, like we here to win the game. We're not here to put on the show. We're here to win the game. And you're doing a little bit too much trying to make plays happen. Where we just need to stick to the script, get the ball to Kelsey, get the ball to Hill, get the ball to Hartman, and we're gonna be okay." But it seemed like Patrick Mahomes like, no, I'm gonna make this tough because they not putting up a fight, so I gotta make it a little bit interesting here.
Right. That first drive, I think what it should have done is took all, like you said, it took all the air out of the stadium or whatever. But I feel like, and shout out to the Bengals for coming back for that, because the way they drove down the field, they made it look real easy. You know what I'm saying? That can be demoralizing when the first drive of the game you just march down and score like that. The Chiefs took that and they didn't they took that as like, oh, this is gonna be easy.
Yeah.
And I think after that it was just like
a circus.
But didn't the Bengals
was a circus?
Didn't the Bengals beat them early this year?
Yeah, they did. They beat them on a I think a field goal kick. Came here. Well, it was a close game too. Yeah,
so there's the arrogance right there. You it's a playoff. You know they're not going to quit. They haven't quit all the playoff, every playoff. They have not. The Bengals are going to outlast you. They're going to fight to the very end. Like I watched them play the 49ers, and that kid that made the play, Bate.
Yeah.
When he punched the ball up and the guy picked the ball off. Von Bell.
Yeah, Von.
So in a game earlier when the Niners played him, Jimmy looks right at that kid and throws the ball right at him. It's like Jimmy said, "I'm tired." He throws the ball at Bates. Bates takes off. He jumps. He misses the pick. We win on a field goal, and we out of there. So that team is dangerous. And if the Rams walk into that Super Bowl having moments where they have that you won't see Matthew. If he throws it up, it's gonna get picked. They don't play around with you.
Most definitely. And I think where the Chiefs dropped the ball at was before the half. They were like on the 3-yard line. They try to run.
They didn't take the point.
Tyreek. Was it like a quick pass or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, they I think they motioned him. They motioned him to the left side, and then they snapped it. Yeah, but like he ran like I don't know what he ran, but they threw it to him.
Yeah. If they they had 5 seconds left on the clock. They had a chance for one more play in the end zone, like a quick pick and a throw. Yeah. And if they would have missed it, then they would have 1 second on the clock maybe to kick the field goal.
They should have just ran a fade with Kelsey.
So what RC was talking about, there was arrogance right there. They thought, oh, we just want to run something fancy here instead of like a quick out or a pick slant or something like a pick play inside and get the ball to them.
They're the team that has too many plays.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you can almost have too many stars on one team and it bites you in the behind because it's too many guys. All those guys that they're track guys is like Andy Reid is over there. He's like the mad scientist. He's probably biting his fingernails and looking like Austin Powers. But you're in a real game. You got 3,000 plays on your sheet. It should have been field goal and get out of there. But
come on,
they wanted to run it up.
Yeah, it cost them because it was a huge play. Almost like it reminded me of that Cam Akers fumble against the Bucks before the half. It's the same. It was almost like the same thing where you just shoot yourself in the foot, but not capitalizing on points. And points matter in the freaking
especially in the playoffs.
Especially in the playoffs, you got to capitalize on that. And as I was looking at the second half, going into the game, the Bengals defense held the Chiefs to 3 points. Like, how do a defense that was giving up chunks hold the Chiefs to only 3 points in the second half? That blows my mind. When they mentioned that during the game, that blew my mind. I was like, I never noticed till now, till y'all mention it. I think they just following Andy Reid at this point, because there's no way your team going into the half and going into the second half only scored 3 points, and y'all let the Bengals not really like explode, but they Bengals kept chipping away at the score, just chipping away, and they not putting no points on the board. They're not doing nothing to come back, what the Bengals are doing.
All right.
So the Chiefs, they just straight up deserved to lose this game. It was just bad management.
Do y'all believe in destiny?
Somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
Okay. As a Saints fan, I don't know why you don't believe in destiny, because the year you all won the Super Bowl, it just seems like it was destined to happen. Okay.
Yeah. After Katrina and all that. Yeah.
Oh no.
But listen, everything went right for that season. Now you had Peyton Manning throw you an interception.
Yep. Brett Favre threw an interception. Kurt Warner.
Okay, but the Bengals, it was 2 teams left in this playoff who has destiny kind of on them. It's like smear. It's like residue at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals and the Niners, and I'm gonna explain why. When they're dead, they're alive. Like, how is it that the Chiefs have anybody else in the National Football League down 21-3, you dead? But the Bengals is on life support. Like, they was like, we just need to get to halftime with 10 points. Mm-hmm. Just be close. We need to be within the score or 2 scores. Just be close. And when they won the game, I'm sitting there looking at it like, they ain't been to the playoffs. They ain't won a playoff game in 31 years, and they haven't been to the Super Bowl since '88. Brothers, that might be destiny, right? They're looking you dead in your face. Like, you can't make this up if you try.
Yeah.
Now the Niners,
I feel that.
The difference between the Niners and them is the Niners were dealing with the church's money. They had Jimmy Garoppolo, and you gambling because you don't have a shooter like Burrow who can go win the game in the end. You just hoping Garoppolo don't lose the game. But what they pulled off was amazing, because you didn't score an offensive touchdown in Green Bay. And you won a game. Then you go into Dallas, and then you go play a team, the Rams, which you was beating. How are you winning this game without a quarterback? That's just supposed to be. So destiny, the Rams are in for a fight, man. I don't know if they know that. They better not don't let them hang around.
Hey, you know who else is who's good for letting teams come back and win it? Sean McVay has a track record of getting too fancy. He has a track record too of taking things lightly and trying to outsmart somebody, and usually don't end well for him.
I put him, as Saints fans, we know Sean Payton can get like that.
Yeah, Sean Payton's like that too.
Just like Andy Reid, and I put Sean McVay in that too.
Don't forget Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, Shanahan like that too.
Hold on. Sean Payton, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur.
And another one, Cliff Kingsbury.
Yes,
that's
indeed.
Another one.
Like, McVay used up all his timeouts, every last one of his timeouts, and he had 9 minutes to play, and it's like he was counting just stuff that was blatantly just, what are you doing?
Right.
It's like, man.
That boy had fear in his eyes. I don't know if y'all saw it, because
I saw
Sean McVay was sweating. They probably had handed him a new shirt. He was sweating so much. He was like a gambler at a craps table. He like, put it all. I need this. He's like, please, God, please. Like, he was begging for something to happen. And he was just using no timeouts like, he was using no timeouts like Mario with extra lives. He's like, hey, I'm chancing it at this point. I can't get through this board, so I'm about to chance it. And so, all right, let me ask y'all this: whose fault is it that the Chiefs lost the game? Who would y'all put the blame on?
I gotta give it to coaching.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just like you said with the play calling, and another thing with you being the coach, like you said, I feel like you have to sit Patrick Mahomes down and say, just stop doing all that. Like, you do it too much.
Yeah, like Kyler Murray was doing with the Cardinals versus the Rams. He was just a loose cannon. Like the bull, like a deer in headlight. Like, where that shot come from? What he was just running. He didn't know what to do. He should shut that boy down. Like, listen, calm down. It's gonna be okay. We got this. We just gotta get something going. That's it.
But let me say this, and it speaks to Brady's greatness. Brady must have heard me in putting this on my spirit, because you've seen Brady come out and throw 60 times or 30 times, 40 times, and then they'll come out in 3 tight ends and run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever he needed to do to get to the finish line, he was willing to do that. Yeah. Somebody need to tell Patrick Mahomes, hey, bro, we don't always need a magician. We don't have to pull a rabbit out the hat when we up. The rabbit, we don't need it. And I think I'm going to say something that's probably going to be, if anybody hears this and jump down my throat, just hear me out. I think Patrick Mahomes is good, but I think a lot of that's off. It's like that unscripted stuff, that's his game. He don't know how to play from the pocket. He got to move around. He got to, it's like that's where he's in his comfort zone.
So do you think that's why Andy Reid doesn't say anything?
Right.
That's why he don't contain him for so much, for so long.
They really don't have an offense. It's like he runs around and the play breaks down. If it's not something quick, the play breaks down and he finds an open receiver because this scrambling drill goes on, and those guys get open. But if you watch Josh Allen, he stands back there, that leg's gonna come up, and it's on.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't move until he have to. But when you watch Mahomes, that leg come up, the leg probably come up. They say hunt, and he's automatically in scramble mode. He's moving around like, what in the world? What you saying?
Happy feet. As they call it, happy feet. He ready for something to pop off. It was just bad overall. Like, all right, is Joe Burrow a top 5 quarterback right now this year? I'm saying no. I want to see more. I just can't give him to him after the second year. I don't think. I want to see a little bit more, to be honest.
Why can't you?
It's just the fact that some of these games are because of Chase and that defense. Their D-line is one of the best D-lines in the NFL. And it's a lot of things went right for Burrow. And look at that receiver core. Look at Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is super underrated. He don't get a lot of credit. I mean, that team's offense is built now.
I'm going to disagree with you, brother, because I'm going to tell you why.
Why is that?
Joey Burrow, what they call him, at LSU. Looks like Joey Burrow. That's the same. Just Joey Burrow in the NFL. And on top of that, I'm going to tell you why he's top 5. First of all, the NFC is in trouble because all the great quarterbacks or up-and-coming quarterbacks are in the AFC. So, when you say top 5, that's Mahomes, Allen, Wilson, and Rodgers. That 5th guy could be anybody. And who you picking at 5? It ain't gonna be Trevor Lawrence. It ain't gonna be Derek Carr, Justin Herbert.
Lamar? You missed Lamar Jackson?
I'll take Joe Burrow over Lamar Jackson because I need it. This is a passing league, and I need consistent quarterback play from that position. You take Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's in the Super Bowl, brother. Not because of Chase, because
I was just saying Lamar Jackson MVP. I don't know. You just made a lot of Ravens fans mad here. Everybody holds Lamar Jackson to top notch.
If you ask Ravens fans, you say you want him to win an individual trophy, or you want to go play for the main trophy. Because you remember that year, 2019 was supposed to be Niners Ravens all year. Niners Ravens, best two teams.
All right.
And he didn't get out the first round.
Let me ask y'all this. Let's do a
Second
scenario
round.
here. Let's do a scenario here. Let's flip flop the guys. Put Burrow on the Ravens and put Lamar on the Bengals. The Bengals
With Hollywood and Andrews and all them stay like this.
I don't think the Ravens receiving core is that great. I think that's the problem. I mean, they got Bateman. They drafted Bateman, but he's just a rookie. And Hollywood Brown is really just Deshaun Jackson.
Can we say, because he can't really get them, I feel like Joe Burrow will do a better job of getting them the ball than Lamar does.
Yeah, elite quarterback.
That's AB.
I like Lamar. But what Jimmy Garoppolo has made me see is that there's levels and tiers, and elite quarterback play trumps everything. Look at the 4 quarterbacks that was left. Like, it's crazy how the 2 guys in the Super Bowl, like we'll use Cooper Kupp. He had Jared Goff. He wasn't close to being a Triple Crown winner.
Yeah.
He gets Matthew Stafford. He breaking all kinds of records. I wonder why.
And look at OBJ. It's like he just raised from the dead. Everybody thought he was dead. But
I wonder why.
Yeah. Baker.
So Joe Burrow's throwing to a guy he had at LSU. They got rapport. But I bet you if you send him over there with Hollywood Brown and Andrews and Bateman, he going to accurately pass the football. And if I can catch it in stride and run, oh, man, that's different. Then you running around and then throw it to me, that is different.
I hear what y'all saying about Burrow, but I'm still on the fence. I just don't want to give him that fist, but I might give it. Even though last year we had Lamar Jackson out of the top 10.
You just saying that because it's his second year.
I just watched Lamar. He can't read defense. So I'll give him that, but you can't deny his dynamic to the game. So that's
he's good.
Yeah. Then you still take. I guess you take Burrow over Stafford because he's younger, right?
Burrow over Stafford. Well, let me tell you, Stafford tried to give us the game. He tries to give you the game. You just got to capitalize on the gifts. We didn't. Mm-hmm. The other teams haven't. But there ain't many times I've seen Joe Burrow make bad passes. Don't it look like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, those guys at some point they're always converting on third down. Like, can y'all get them off the field? So Lamar, that third down percentage says a lot. And that'll help you with your decision. You get a chance to look at the third down percentage, because I guarantee you Lamar Jackson getting off that field a lot more than Joe Burrow is. In a head-to-head meeting, I'm taking Joe Burrow because 2 years in the National Football League. You forget he was an older player. He was in college 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was at Ohio State, transferred to LSU, so he's a veteran guy. You know, he knows what he's doing. So he goes to the NFL. It's 2 years. It's really like, I don't know how old he is, maybe 25, 26. So
somewhere around there.
So he's been playing football long enough. In year 2, he's in the Super Bowl in year 2. Come on, sheesh.
Man, I guess I'll review it in the off season, because that's why I usually lay everything on the table. But right now, I mean, I really don't have anybody else, so he does kind of fall in that slot. But I think I might, just for argument's sake, probably just keep my eyes on Stafford and Lamar. But
let me ask you this. One more thing. Let me ask you this. Player personnel. You got a rookie receiver in Chase. Higgins is the complement to that guy. But after that, who they got?
Tyler Boyd? Mike Thomas?
Okay.
Uzama?
He's hurt. But
yeah, okay, I can't really. Yeah, he got hurt in that game. But Tyler Boyd is a legit number 2, and Mike Thomas is a legit third, though.
But this send Matthew Stafford to Cincinnati. He going to the house.
Well, he probably going to the house because that old line trash. Burrow's a little bit more mobile.
Hey, Justin Herbert. Send Justin Herbert to Cincinnati. There ain't no there ain't no Mike Williams. There is no
Keenan
Allen.
Herbert's a little bit inconsistent right now. He got a little bit more growing to do.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, that's a valid point.
I think the thing that really helps Joe Burrow is, like he said, he's an older player, but at LSU he was running the NFL scheme with the guy we used to have being
Joe Brady.
Yeah. And they said in one of them games his headset went out. He was just calling plays. So his mind is like, it's to be a second-year player. Like, yeah.
He's 25 years old.
All right, I'm just throw this out here. I got to appease the Cowboys fans. So Dak, he ain't top 5.
No.
Well, I'm gonna say this: before the injury, Dak Prescott was top 5. But what happens is, as a quarterback, lower leg injury, you need your legs. You need to be able to stand, to plant your foot, and throw the football. It's like he's throwing all up about it now. He's going right to the dirt. So, no, he's not top 5 anymore. He's top 5 as far as paid quarterback, probably number 1 with that. So, if you want to be top 5, it'll be the money part.
Yeah. I just hope he get back to form. No, he's a good
It ain't going to happen, bro. I love it, but it ain't going to happen because that was a gruesome injury, man.
It seems like it's still affecting his decision-making.
Yeah.
He just don't seem as confident as he used to, man. I guess that's why if Dallas do get Sean Payton, I think Dallas is going to go hard to Sean Payton in 1 or 2 years because they feel like he probably can get Dak out of his funk. Because McCarthy, he can't do it. And as long as Dak in his funk, where he's up and down, they not going anywhere.
Well, I mean, it's Jerry Jones. Like, it's so much bigger than Dak Prescott. It's Jerry Jones, man. Like,
why does he have a say in everything?
Oh, man.
I don't know.
He's like Jerry Reinsdorf. And he's like, y'all seen The Last Dance. He wants to be involved like Guy was in that with the Bulls. It just, he don't want. He's like David Ruffin in the Temptations. He want to be David Ruffin. Like,
he want to be the owner, though.
Yeah, don't you ever see any other owner get interviewed after a game like Jerry Jones?
Right, like he went out there and...
I'd say the Falcons, Arthur Blank.
Okay.
I ain't never seen him in an interview. Nowhere near as much as Jerry Jones.
He be on the sideline sometimes. He was on that sideline of the Super Bowl when they blew that lead.
But why are you interviewing Jerry Jones after the Cowboys Niners game?
Like, he didn't play. He didn't play no quarters. They acting like he about to hit the showers.
Ain't threw now touchdown. I'm doing all the interviews.
Crazy. Someone gonna have to change, but I don't see nothing changing anytime soon. All right, let's go and get on to the last playoff game. 49ers loses to the Rams 17-20. RC, I'm gonna let you take this over since you a 49ers fan. Go and get your emotions out.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't expect to be in the NFC Championship game. This team overachieved. This team was injured. This team was 3-5. This team was lost and confused. And the only reason why they ended up in the NFC Championship game because that team was on the road all last year. They was one of the few teams that got kicked out of their stadium because of COVID. So it prepared them. They was 8-3 on the road. So I expected them to win the road games. But I honestly don't think no 49er fan expected this team to be in the NFC Championship. Our running back gets hurt. That's why Debo turned into this monster. But I'm going to be quick. The last thing I'm going to say, we were catfished. Jimmy Garoppolo is the girl that Manti Te'o dated that he didn't date.
My God.
New England. He came from New England. He was healthy, but once he tears his ACL, he digressed. That's what I was saying about Dak Prescott. He's going to get worse because quarterback play, your lower body is important just as much as your upper body. And Jimmy, if you watch Jimmy play quarterback, he can go 6 for 6. And then after that, he just started. It's like his mind says, we got to mess up. We got to do something. We got to make his game close. And I know this is a kid-friendly podcast, but his decision making when he was dating the adult star, you know what I'm talking about, the star, you know what I'm talking about back then.
You can say porn star Jimmy.
Think about that. That told me all I needed to know about Jimmy Garoppolo. You're out in public with a porn star on a date. Decision making, small things. So, in closing, the Rams knew we need to stop the run and make him beat us. At one time, I saw with my own eyes 8 men in the box on a 2nd and 1. And Eric Weddle came in and made the tackle, and I said, they want to see if he can, not the winning percentage, Jimmy, if you can dot him up and get down in field goal range at least. And he couldn't do it. So, now the faithful they're hurt, but it was going to happen. I'd rather for it to happen in the NFC Championship game than in the Super Bowl. Because it was going to happen sooner or later.
Couldn't handle no heartbreak like that, huh?
No.
So in your opinion as a 49ers fan, can you blame Kyle?
No, Kyle was handicapped. I'm going to tell you why. How you know when a coach is handicapped? I watched 2 coaches in the National Football League who played with quarterbacks they had to protect the team from. The Saints, Sean Payton did that with Taysom Hill, and Kyle does that with when you got an opportunity, like prime example, the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes and it's 1:46 left. They're going to get points. They're thinking touchdown. With Jimmy Garoppolo and Taysom Hill, you're thinking field goal.
Don't miss this.
One play at a time.
I saw Trey Lance come in against the Texans and start, and we had the offense looked totally different. Bootleg, play action, design quarterback run. It's like opening up Pandora's box. I was like, what the hell is this? You know, this is beautiful. Like, you mean to tell me we could actually drop back and do all? Jimmy is, all 3 of us, and I've argued with a Niner fan earlier there about Debo's numbers. Say his numbers are misleading because he catching a screen and housing it.
Yeah.
He catching a slant or a screen and housing it, and it's making Jimmy look like he's great. And all 3 of us can throw a slant and a screen to Debo, and he gonna house it.
Hey, dang, I never thought about that. Yeah. They were talking about Drew Brees when he threw them passes to Kamara. They're like, well, look at his complete. Look at his complete percentage. Look at
all check downs.
Well, yeah, all check downs. Kamara got over 100 catches this year.
If you watch Debo run, it's like he's running from a dog.
Like,
for real.
I'm talking about it's like something's behind him that's trying to kill him. So he's running, and like that run he had against the Rams the other day. When the guy's grabbing his jersey, he just running out of that jersey trying to get. And so where's Jimmy on the play? He just made the little screen pass. He's standing back there, and his yards are tallying up like he had a great game.
And Jimmy have nerve to be smiling doing the interview coming off the field, like he just put together a masterpiece.
Well, I'm gonna ask you guys this: did you ever really think Jimmy Garoppolo was gonna win the Super Bowl?
No, I thought he was a handicap. That's why I never thought the 49ers was a real deal, because of Jimmy G. And I always said this, like, they got like a Aaron Rodgers, like they all mad Super Bowl favorites. All mad.
Man, listen, you can give the 49ers. The 49ers made the Super Bowl with a game manager. Think about that. And they almost won the Super Bowl with a game manager. So you could ask Drew Brees to come out of retirement and say, listen, all we need you to do is throw screen passes to Debo and make sure you can hit Ayuk on the slant and make sure accurate passes in that offense is all quick. But
they might win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
they might win. They carried this. I'm gonna say this one more time. They won a game without scoring an offensive touchdown in the playoffs.
Right.
That's unbelievable.
Wow, that's crazy.
Man,
and he's smiling like he did something.
Man, RC, you know Jeff Garcia ain't gonna like you, right?
Well, we don't even. You just had to remind me who the hell Jeff Garcia was, because last time I checked, once T.O. checked out, he checked out. You know, he disappeared. He didn't lift us. T.O. was doing the same thing Debo was doing. You watch T.O., he catch the screen, he housing the thing.
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah, just
Jeff
Garcia looking pretty.
Right, man. Debo is a football player. Do you hear me?
I know. I wish I had Debo on my team. That boy, he literally
a dog.
Literally killed the 49ers in the game.
You have it, Debo. It's just Kamar he can play kick, return, punch. Is our coaches willing to put him in those positions? Kyle isn't afraid to use. Kittle ran a tight end option. Juszczyk lines up at tight end. Ayuk can line up in the back. He'll do it. Well, you got to be willing. Kamar will be dangerous lining up at slot receiver or lining up at kick return. It's giving them more weight. A lot. You do it in college football. Why not do it in the NFL?
And that was really the Panthers' problem. They kept running McCaffrey up the gut instead of him putting him in all these other positions. He just got wore down. Just run the ball.
Marshall Faulk did it
every time.
Marshall Faulk did it. He lined up everywhere. That, to me, Alvin Kamara, we don't know how good we know he's good, but we don't really get a chance to see his talent maximized because you know where he at. When defenses have to look at Debo and be like, why is he lined up at tight end? Like, what are they doing? Or why is it that, I mean, use him as a decoy sometimes, you know, and it's just your imagination, and Kyle has an imagination out this world. He's a great play caller.
So the last two series in the fourth, that didn't upset you? I want just in case y'all remember, I'll refresh. 1st and 10, Jimmy G incomplete to Kittle. 2nd down 10, 5-yard penalty. Jimmy G incomplete pass to Ayuk. 3rd and 15, Jimmy G incomplete pass to Travis Benjamin. Of course, they punted. So that was the second to the last drive. So the last very drive y'all had, Jimmy G incomplete to Haste. Then Jimmy G incomplete to Jennings. Then Jimmy G intercepted by Howard. You didn't like them pass. Like, it seemed like they were trying to get him to drop back and throw it. When y'all been running like wide receiver screens and tight end screens the whole game, but I don't know, was around coverage, or they're playing, everybody just playing up because they didn't want the screen passes and all that to work, because they were getting pressure with just 4 people on Jimmy on 2 drives of the dropbacks.
Well, in the whole game, we hadn't heard from Aaron Donald. When Aaron Donald plays the 49ers, he does nothing. And they said it in the broadcast. Tracy was like, he don't have great games against the Niners. But what happened was, this is where the 49ers lost the game. 17 minutes. The Rams had the ball in the first half, 17 minutes. So you win time of possession against San Francisco, because they usually win it because they run the ball a lot. You're going to beat them, because that means the defense is on the field a lot. And you can tire out the defensive line, Matthew Stafford's clean. So when Matthew Stafford makes the mistake of throwing that ball in the middle of the field, we're up 3 points. And I love Tark. He didn't lose the game for us, but he didn't win it. So when he drops that pick, momentum swings. The momentum swings, because if we get at that time when he dropped the pick, if he catches the pick, they don't have any timeouts. Game over. We're gonna run the ball. Tark gonna return it at least to the 50 or wherever, because there was nobody in front of him. Now the pressure's on the Rams. But what we did was, here's the play. You cannot get in the position that Jimmy was in at the end, because that's the position every team wants to put him in. Let's go back to New Orleans when we played y'all 2 years ago. Do you remember when the play Kittles made?
Yeah, it was 3rd and 2 or something like that. Okay,
but listen, he caught the ball. It was like a screen to a tight end screen. Yeah. He literally carried those guys. That play was dead. Man, Jimmy had no business throwing that ball. I was there. I was at the game as well, and I was thinking, why are you throwing the ball to him? He's behind the line of scrimmage. First of all, he wasn't. He went out. It was a tight end screen, no blocking in front of him, and you asking him to beat 4 DBs. Yeah. He did it.
Jimmy, C.J. Gardner-Johnson couldn't make the tackle. If he would made a tackle, he'd been short.
Right.
He was right up on. He just missed that tackle.
They call themselves the Yak Boys for a reason because they have to earn everything. That dude do not hit them in stride. So once the Rams got them in Jimmy mode, they were dead. I know. I seen Aaron Donald on the sideline had his guys in the huddle like it's time to kill it.
About to eat.
You know, we about to eat now because he got to go play quarterback.
But it was 6 passing. It was five straight passing plays.
Did you see the last play, the flick in the air? Where is that, man?
I would just took the sack out of get on fourth.
Me and Ben would talk about that. I don't know why the quarterbacks do that.
Kyler Murray did the same thing. I don't know. I was just Jimmy G. He could throw it in the ground, but he tried to flick it. He would just flick it out toward the sideline, toward that receiver. They wouldn't call intentional grounding, but he flicked it up. I don't know. I really don't.
Maybe grounding would be better than a pig.
That was saying intentional grounding or something. Take the sack.
It goes back to my point of saying on that play, the game manager died. You won't see that no more. You won't see a game manager like he's gonna go to another team and he's gonna get exposed because Kyle was able to hide his flaws. So now we have this running stat with my Niner group. If his pass attempts are under 30, and I want you to go look this up when y'all get a chance, we win. If it's over 30, we lose. Because that means he in a shootout if it's over 30. He ain't beat nobody in a shootout. He ain't threw for 300 yards. I don't know when the last time he threw for 300 yards, plus yards. So the Matthew Stafford is the same type of quarterback now. If he's in a shootout with Burrow, they get beat. Because you got to understand, he's only going to Cooper Kupp. That's it. So a good defense is going to Cooper Kupp.
I think what you're trying to say is that Stafford, he gonna make the wrong decision because he presses a lot. He presses a lot in certain situations where he try to get the ball to his best players. That's that's where his go-to is. So he tend to throw his interceptions trying to go back to his certain players. So I think that what you're trying to say, I don't think he's gonna look for OBJ or Van Jefferson.
Right, because he really almost threw the game away. Because I'm looking at this pick Buddy dropped. I don't know.
But I think it was the Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, it was double coverage.
But because OBJ is down here, and then who was number 12?
Van Jefferson.
Van Jefferson. He's throwing the ball.
It's 3 DBs, and I don't know. And Stafford just threw it up in the middle of the field, almost like a punt. Looked like.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah,
that is a terrible drop.
Don't say he tried to fit things in. He tried. I don't know. He tried to do too much.
But the game we beat him before. Listen to me, man. This is crazy. The game that we got in the playoffs on, he threw the ball to OBJ. He didn't have to do what he did. It's like OBJ is on a go route. He outrunning my corner. And it's like he wanted him to stop. So he threw it behind him and the game's over. But I think that's why I'm kind of torn about the loss because both quarterbacks were trying to lose the game. Like I don't know. It was the weirdest game.
I can outdo you. No, I can lose it better. because Jimmy said, "Watch this flick."
If you think about this now, and now looking back on it, it's no guarantee the 49ers on that pick is going to get points because they were struggling to get points. Because Jimmy, they loading the box. For us to score, we got to get ahead of the chains. So first down, we got to at least get 5 yards, 6 yards on the run. Now Jimmy can operate because he operates in ahead of the chains. He's more comfortable. A good quarterback like Joe Burrow, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, it don't matter what it is. I watched Josh Allen convert a 4th and 11. If you're not perfect, you beat. Jimmy Garoppolo, I love him. He's a great man. He stole money from the San Francisco 49ers. Because everybody that's been behind Brady, have y'all noticed this? Everybody that was Brady's backup got paid. Matt Castle,
Hoyer,
Jacoby Brissett, Brian Hoyer, Jimmy Garoppolo. It's something about that they think they're going to get a Brady behind a Brady. Are you crazy? Tom Brady going to get you paid now. And then you get exposed. And Jimmy Garoppolo, in closing, I think Jimmy Garoppolo helped himself. Somebody's going to pay, somebody going to trade for him and give maybe a second-round pick, and they're going to be greatly disappointed because they're going to realize they looking at winning percentage, too. Like, he wins. I hate that winning percentage because how did that go to the quarterback and my defense is carrying me?
Mm-hmm.
When the last time y'all, I'm going to say it again, when the last time y'all heard of a team winning a playoff game without scoring an offensive touchdown?
I guess the Patriots and Rams when that was a defensive struggle game.
In the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No, they scored a touchdown.
Oh, Brady?
Somebody,
yeah, Gronk scored that touchdown at the end.
Okay, think about it. No, I'm talking about they wasn't close to scoring a touchdown. Green Bay lived in the backfield. You pick up a punt, block punt, and you won on a field goal.
Dang, Jimmy. Whew, it's tough out here for that, man, because they trying to put Jimmy G at the Saints, man. That ain't going to happen. Well,
listen, if Sean was still there, I've seen Sean revive Jameis Winston, so he can do it.
And he went on that winning streak with Teddy.
Teddy Bridgewater.
That was masterful.
Yes, should have kept him.
Well, we won our last games with Taysom.
But you and I both know Taysom Hill is an accident waiting to happen. And I think Sean Payton knew that. That's why he got out of there. Sean Payton was like, he keep getting hurt. Y'all keep giving him an extension. I'm out of here.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me. He should really just go back to the tight end / hybrid position because it's not working for him. I've seen enough. I only need to see one game. I can tell me it was enough. And he said
he was dangerous in that role. He was dangerous in that role. Nobody stopped him in that role.
Yeah, he didn't
go back to it. He want to be quarterback so bad.
Yeah. What do y'all think Jimmy G gonna end up? What's gonna happen to him?
Somebody will take that chance on.
I'm gonna give you 3 teams. They go 1. Washington, Pittsburgh, and
Carolina. They talking about trying to get rid of Sam Darnold.
They horrible at player personnel. Like, who is over their front office picking players and talent? Because why did you ever think that guy was the guy? Like, and why would you bring Cam Newton back?
Cam Newton, worse when I ain't know you could be worse than Sam Darnold.
Don't get Ben started on Cam, boy.
I had never seen that. Somebody come in worse than Sam Darnold. My goodness. He should just stay in the off season, bro, because it's over for him.
I'm a huge Cam Newton fan. What hurt me was against the Washington Redskins, he scored a touchdown. He hollers, "I'm back!" And I didn't know his voice was that light. I'm thinking like Cam never really. He was hyperventilating. I'm back.
He wasn't you starting though.
And after that, I'm back. They beat the brakes off of him. It was like
they drug him out to the back shed and just gave him an old-fashioned whooping.
And then the one thing, because I was wondering why the Saints didn't get him. I'm like, it would be a great fit. Sean Payton will do a great job. But then he's throwing the ball in the dirt now.
His arm shot. Yeah. It hadn't been right since the injury.
And that's Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, Dak Prescott, Cam Newton, they all have the same issue. Lower body injuries, elbow and shoulder injuries, derails quarterbacks, and you'll see a lot of thrown balls in the dirt. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, Carolina, they just put themselves in a bigger hole. They brought in Ben McAdoo from the Giants. Like, what kind of signing is that?
What is he doing? What is he going to do?
I think he's offensive coordinator.
It's over.
Like if they didn't, I don't know how many Giants games the Carolina Panthers watch, but I seen 2, and that was enough for me to say this team is just plain sorry in the management and personnel.
He's running a Southern Miss playbook. Like it's vanilla. Like you look at that offense the Giants had. Like Carolina offense was better than their offense to me.
It was.
Why would you go? I don't understand it.
They fired. Then even when Carolina fired Joe Brady, the Carolina Panthers offense was still better than the Giants offense. It's unbelievable.
Where is Joe Brady?
I don't know.
No, why don't we call him back? Why we don't call him up?
Cause we have Pete Carmichael at OC.
Oh, okay.
It would be a great head coach. I think Brady would be a great head coach.
Shoot, Alabama need to call Joe Brady since they looking for since they talking about Bill O'Brien might be going back to the NFL.
Yeah.
Right.
So that'll be a good signing for Alabama. The Raiders did. What you was gonna say?
No, go ahead.
The Raiders did sign Josh McDaniels. How y'all feel about that signing?
Josh McDaniels from the Patriots?
They hired him as the head coach.
I'm surprised he left. Bill Belichick, I didn't know that. Wow. To the Raiders?
To the Raiders.
Oh, man. The Raiders finna go down again.
I don't know. It's just me. I don't know. It's just me, but I don't like Josh McDaniels as a head coach. Like him as an OC. But he's not. Nobody really take him seriously, to be honest. When I just seen was it Denver? His last coaching job.
Yeah, with Brandon Marshall. Let me ask y'all this: Have New England ever really had a great coach that come out of there? Besides Brian Flores is pretty good, but other than that, who's the guy, the Belichick, out of the Belichick coaching?
Yeah, they had Charlie Weiss. He was bad. He went to Cleveland. He coached Cleveland. Matt Patricia. He was bad. Bill O'Brien, bad.
Terrible.
I'm trying to think. It was It was an offensive coach, I believe.
Well, I would say Bill O'Brien.
The other white guy. I don't think about the black guy. Charlie Weiss was the white guy or the black guy?
Charlie Weiss was the white guy. The black guy was the defensive coordinator. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about then. I can't remember his name, but he was bad too.
What is his name? Romeo Cornell.
Yeah, Romeo Cornell.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, Bill O'Brien was the most successful because he won those 4 or 3 division championships with the Texans. Got them in the playoffs. But other than that, and Tebow won that playoff game with Josh McDaniels. I guess you can count that. But I think Josh McDaniels, the way coaching is now, he's old and stale. Like I didn't see anything about their offense that just make me say, just wow. Like I don't think he's a great coach. I think he just benefited from being on a Belichick. We're finna find out though. We're finna find out. Like he's gonna try to make the Raiders into the Patriots, and it's not gonna work.
I never understood that where they try to bring that Belichick type coaching to another team. No, it's your team. No. You need to change little things here and there to make it yours. Like, don't take somebody else's philosophy. You can keep the playbook the same, but change how you do things. Because not every player want to play for Belichick and be underneath that system.
The issue he's gonna have, he's gonna try to bring that to Las Vegas. Think about that.
Discipline.
No fun in Las Vegas. You might as well go and fire yourself now. Like them guys out there doing everything under the sun, and you're gonna come in there and you bring in the military mindset to Las Vegas. Oh, this is not good.
It's not. Yeah, it's not going. I don't know why the Raiders went in this direction. Maybe they're trying to appease Derek Carr. Because, the whole history of him not getting traded or this or that. So I'm just wondering what's going through Derek Carr's mind, Is he like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna ask for a trade now, or he like, I'm willing to work with this?
Yeah, because you're gonna be in a situation where guys are not gonna want to play.
Yeah.
For him, yeah, they're not gonna want to play. It's a no fun league. I mean, no fun environment from what I heard with the Patriots. They don't like to, okay, you see how the Saints have dance in the locker room after the game, and the Niners come out with the boom box, and Cowboys have the smoke. What the Patriots
chain?
What do the Patriots do?
Nothing. Oh, Belichick over there, grumpy, just looking like good job.
That's not going to fly well in Las Vegas. That's like putting a church on the backside of a club.
Like, hey, y'all better act right now when y'all come in here. No twerking. I don't want to see none of that twerking in the house of God.
But I'm saying, you got a church and you build a club behind the church. So it's awkward. It's like, okay, we see them going in there. Some of the people that go into the club is going to go to the church. It's just weird. It just don't leave Las Vegas alone. Leave Las Vegas alone, Josh McDaniels. Bad hire.
And right now, I probably feel like David Carter's probably over this right now. Okay, it seems like every time he get a new coach, a new OC, new coach, new OC. Like at some point in time, you just kind of get tired. And I think if I was him, I ask for a trade. I'd just try to get out of that place because it's just the system. Some of the players are still acting up. It wasn't another player not too long ago that got in trouble for drinking and driving.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was another. I can't remember. It was a corner or something like that.
Yeah, just
so at this point, it just Derek Carr just need to find a new situation. He probably need to just pull out Matthew Stafford, man. How would you want him on the 49ers, Derek Carr? If let's say Trey Lance wasn't there and y'all weren't ready to hand the reins over to Trey Lance, would you want Derek Carr?
Man, listen to me. If the Texans, I'll trade Trey Lance right now in a pick for Deshaun Watson. Listen, I feel like now y'all are Saints fans. You're one quarterback away. Your defense is good enough. Michael Thomas will be coming back. You find some consistency at other positions. You're a quarterback away. Look at the last two Super Bowl winners, possibly. If the Rams win, look what the Rams and the Bucks did. They went and got quarterbacks, veterans. So anybody who can be opposite of what we both our teams have had, we going to the Super Bowl. Like the Saints,
no doubt.
I'm gonna tell you, I watched y'all the last 5 games. Hottest team, one of the hottest teams in the National Football League. It's just COVID, injuries, all that stuff, and it was just too much to overcome.
Matthew Stafford throwing late pick on the final drive.
Yeah, but the team you needed a quarterback. Drew Brees was washed up, but you needed a veteran guy like the Saints getting Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers make them the Super Bowl front runners because it does the same thing the Rams and because the Rams are going to be in cap hell after this Super Bowl. As soon as it ends, it's going to be like dun-dun because all these players are 1-year guys.
That's why I hope they lose.
The Saints could just quarterback it up. The Niners, they just need a quarterback, man. So it don't matter who it is, as long as it's not Ryan Fitzpatrick, Jimmy Garoppolo, Sam Darnold, those names.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Heineke is his name. Heineke play for
Washington
again. You can't win with a Tyler Heineke as your starter quarterback.
Washington kind of figuring it out now. I think they gonna be on the lookout for a quarterback. Gatwood, he hates Tua. He thinks he's not that good. Me, I feel like he's okay. He's more like a game manager too. He's just okay. He's nothing. I don't see nothing special about him.
What about you? What about? Let me hear the other opinion on it.
About the Saints?
About Tua.
No, Tua is not it. I feel like he's had ample chance to show us, and he's just like Ben said, he's just okay. He kind of okay to me.
He's buried. Y'all know Devontae Parker?
Mm-hmm.
That dang great receiver. He's buried over there in Miami. He's begging for, please get me out of here. They got them Bama. Devontae Parker.
Right, them Bama quarterbacks always gonna look good, man. They got all first rounders on their offensive line.
I think Matt Jones falls back because Josh Daniels gone.
Yeah,
because year two, everybody got a playbook on you now. And they got film on you, not playbook. They got film on you. So year two, everybody knows what your tendencies are, what you like and what you don't like. And he's the only quarterback in the National Football League who plays that way. Like that pocket passer, he gonna be right where he at. Trouble.
And the also thing, they're gonna have to get him some pass catchers. They're gonna have to find him a number one receiver. I think that what they were truly lacking in the offense was some explosiveness. They said it running back. I mean, they like y'all. They got a boatload of running backs. Mm-hmm. They just need to find some playmakers in the wide receiver group. And and Matt Jones is another quarterback. I'm just like, he's okay. Like he just
believe it or not, he's like Joe Burrow though. He's an older guy, got a lot of experience. He just went to a team it was a playoff team, but I think the 49ers made a mistake.
Oh, wow.
Because Matt Jones, I like Trey Lance, and he's what football is becoming. But Matt Jones is an accurate passer, and he gonna get the ball out of his hand. He's like a lower tier Matthew Stafford. Made great decisions, accurate passer. Not great decisions, Matthew Stafford, but accurate passing in football means something. So, can you imagine Matt Jones throwing to Brandon Ayuk, Kittles, Debo?
Yeah.
It's the act. It's. Just put your mind around this. Like the kid that plays for the Jets, when he was protected, he looked good. So if the Niners would have got him, Trey Lance ain't played enough football.
Well, they only played like 1 year in college.
He played 1 year, and then the next year they had COVID and he didn't play anymore. So, but the other guys are, if they're protected, Trevor Lawrence with the 49ers right now, like, man. So I like Trey Lance. I just think he had to sit this year, and it's going to help him. But Mac Jones he's accurate, brother.
Mm-hmm.
So that matters in football. You don't have to run when you're accurate. That's why Brady was able to play until he was 45, wherever he is. That ball coming out.
Yeah,
he almost kind of reminds me of Chad Pennington a little bit. Matt Jones.
Great comparison.
Yeah, Chad Pennington had a great arm, but he was accurate and he knew where to get the ball out in certain situations. That's why Jets was like above average because of Chad Pennington. And they didn't have the greatest team, but the defense was pretty solid. But he reminded me a little bit of Chad Pennington.
They should have had that as the when they do the draft, they have the player comparison.
Mm-hmm.
You hit, that's probably really close. They can walk and their whole something is something. They're right on. That's close. That's scary. Yeah, that's exactly who he is.
I remember. I don't know. I just thought about that. It was like when you say remind you of somebody, I just think I'm like, Chad freaking Pennington. That's who. God, while I watch him sometimes, I was like, okay, he's good. Like, I can root for this guy. God, that's how Chad Pennington was. Like, you can root for him. He was a likable guy. He was a good quarterback. He was just missing a couple of things here and there, but he was like a above average quarterback. You liked him. It was nothing they just hate about him. It was just freaking Chad Pennington.
Yeah. We gotta work on his walk though. He ain't got no swag in his walk.
Talking about Mac Jones?
Yeah.
You
hit that podium. Hey man, like he was walking the wrong way. He was strutting.
But that boy ain't got no swag in his walk.
That dude had on a suit. He looked like he was selling insurance that day. I was like,
I think you said he like a principal walking the hallway. That boy.
Yes. It was like Madison Central's principal. So I'm like, what is you doing? Like, but I mean,
you got
Trey Lance
walk, son.
Trey Lance walks like O.J. Simpson. He's got a creepy walk. Trey Lance walks
it's hard to explain. I've never seen somebody walk like that. I was like, yo, what's wrong with his legs and arms? Why they moving like that?
I think that guy too, man. He's done a lot of, like, the Saints, Cowboys, 49ers, Packers, Steelers. Their fan bases are crazy.
Oh yeah.
So you can literally be winning and losing in the eyes of the fan base. So Trey Lance and whoever goes and plays in New Orleans and whoever gets the Pittsburgh job, good luck.
Denver.
Woo. Denver's not like us. Our fan base, the Saints fan base, they're crazy, man. Like Denver is like
1 minute and love you the next.
Yes. Oh, we love you, Drew. Drew, you trash. That last year, you trash.
Well, they were defending Drew, but it was so funny though. Okay, the Drew literally tore the fan base in half his last 2 years. It was so much bigger especially last year too. It was so much bigger amongst us. It was kind of crazy. I was the same way. Drew had me feeling like, I was freaking crazy. I was yelling at him 1 week. Then I'm like, okay, Drew, all right, I see.
It was just time, man. That last year was hard to watch, man.
Man,
especially when he broke them ribs.
Man, I felt like I needed to be in the soccer war. How this man had my emotions going up and down. I was like, Drew, you can't be having me like this in the game, watching football. I can't be taking this. But yeah, it's just our fan bases. Especially us. Like, we haven't won a lot, but since we got Texas is winning, we like freaking like sharks, man. We got to win. We come down on you hard. Like, we gonna demand you trade it. We gonna demand you get out. We're gonna do everything possible to get you out of New Orleans now. Since we got
I hope you hear this, Eli Apple.
Yeah, Eli. You see how we turn on Eli Apple. We hope everybody else wins. Except Eli Apple. They were putting on Twitter. They said good morning, Von Miller. Good morning, Trey Henderson. He said, but they said something like that, but like.
They left
Eli Apple or something like that. It was, they said except Eli Apple. That's what they said. It was funny.
Eli Apple has made the biggest mistake an athlete can make. First of all, he dropped the pick in the AFC Championship game. They could have sealed it.
Yeah.
So that could have been bad if they don't win that game. The Saints fan has all the ammunition, but he got bailed out by Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Now he's going into the Super Bowl. And he's playing some dogs at wide receiver.
Ooh.
If he gets burnt, because Cooper Kupp lines up everywhere.
He better hope he don't get Cooper.
OBJ even. Or
he can't cover Van Jefferson. He can't cover Van Jefferson.
He getting toasted if he get Kupp or OBJ. Like Jefferson, you might got a shot, but man,
he don't do well versus fast guys. He grab him. He doesn't do well versus very. I'm saying he don't want to see Van Jefferson, because Van Jefferson will blow right by him, and he will end up, especially if Stafford hang the ball in the air. Eli Apple not gonna get his head around. He gonna end up tackling the man, or holding him or grabbing him, just like he did in the end zone to Tyreek Hill. He just grabs him. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Get your head around. But all right, is that before we end the show? Is there anything else y'all want to bring up?
Man, I enjoyed it. This is awesome. You guys did a great job, and hopefully you can grow your podcast, man.
Oh man, we looking forward to expanding and growing, and bring you back on as a guest, and you bring a lot of good information, and we love the talk and conversate, man, and. You opened my eyes to a lot of things. Like, see, Gatwood, he couldn't convince me of Burrow, but he did a very good job. So I had me thinking about my top 5 picks now. So
it took me a year and a half. I hated on Burrow at LSU. I was like, there's no way these guys is good. And what convinced me was actually playing against him this year. Like, I was on the fence, and then I saw him. I looked in the eyes of that, that game. I was like, man, this guy, they're always on the field. Like, how are they always open? How is he getting out of that play? And I'm like, yeah, he's the real deal. The more you hate, the better he gets. So you might as well just jump on board. That train.
There. I'm right there for him. I'm rooting for him in the Super Bowl.
This is a Joe Burrow podcast.
It is.
So cool.
I never seen somebody all about one guy like this.
What's the odds of you going from a Bengal tiger to a Bengal tiger? Like, and then you get your Bengal tiger number one receiver. Come on, man, you can't make this up. Like, it's like Patrick Ewing going to the Knicks.
Do you believe in destiny? That's how Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman was. Do you believe in destiny?
If they win the Super Bowl, let me ask you this before we go. If they win the Super Bowl, he's in your top 5.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Most definitely.
I mean, I can't deny him. Even more if he win the Super Bowl, I can't deny him. I gotta put him in top 5.
But he can win the Super Bowl and retire, and he's considered the best quarterback ever played in Cincinnati history. Like, they would love him.
I mean, he already got the stigma already. He already got that. Right.
Man, that's a cool dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that's why I say you can't hate him, man. You just watch his swag and how he carry himself, man. How can you hate on that?
Like, it's like Bruce Arians and the guy from Malibu. What was it? Don't Be Hating. What's the name of that movie? Malibu
Oh, I know you're talking about Who Most Wanted.
It was like they had a baby.
He said like they had a baby. Oh, man. He just can't tell him nothing. He Joe Burrow.
Sure.
All right, guys. All right, so we about to go and end this podcast. I'd like to thank everybody for listening to our podcast. Y'all can catch all our social media platforms in the description box. Like and subscribe, share with your family and friends. And we're going to have our Pearl store up and running February 11th. So peep that out. And we just like to thank y'all for the support again. And we out of here.
You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.